I'm debating on making this video or making it now because I'm driving Uber Eats and I'm just in between orders and I need to go fill up with gas at Costco. And I don't know where this came from, but I started thinking, like, honestly, where do my weird thoughts come from? But I started thinking of all the guys I've liked in my life that have turned out to be gay. Whether they like became gay or I don't know. Whatever you think about that and how that works, they were not gay in any way, didn't show any signs of being gay at the time that I liked them. So it's not like there were even like red flags. And then some of them I didn't even know. Like I went back to look them up as adults and I was like, what? They're with dudes? Like what the heck? So, I mean, I could make a list for you. I probably won't use names because it's YouTube and that wouldn't be very fair. Maybe I could use first names. Do you guys want me to use first names? Would that be okay? I feel totally fine using first names. So maybe I could do first names and a first initial. Is that super naughty? I'm tempted to do that. Okay, so we have a list of guys that go back to at least the third grade. So the first one we're gonna say is Logan B. May or may not be a real initial. Logan B was somebody that I was crushing on so hard in third grade, as was every other girl. And he was cute and he was athletic and he was not in any way gay or showing signs of it at that time. And I tend to go for the more masculine, rugged guys. He was maybe less rugged, but definitely not like effeminate at all. He is very gay. I believe he's living with a partner or maybe even married to a partner. I think he might actually be one of the ones that got married to a man. Second up is Eric B. Maybe the problem I had was with the last names. What's up with the B's? Second one, Eric B. I'm not really sure how my sound is, so I might stop and check that, but in the line now for gas at Costco, so I might have to take a break anyway. Eric B. also turned out to be gay. Now, this one was devastating to me. Eric, I knew through a play that we did together. We also were in the same congregation at church. That's probably giving too much information. Only for people that know me really, really well, though. Let's be honest, I've moved a lot, changed congregations. We call them wards in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So I will just leave it at that. We were in the same congregation. Anyway, super good guy. So straight arrow, so good. Like that was the last thing I ever expected. And he went to serve a mission for our church, came back with major issues like mental health issues. I'm not talking about like that. And then came out as gay. I think he also was married to his partner. Married or in a committed long-term relationship with a partner. Okay, we're gonna pause there and I'll come back and tell you about more because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Okay, where were we? So there's been a lot of them. Okay. This is a delicious topic, meaning like totally disturbing and weird, but it is fun to talk about. So let's just keep going. So we had Logan B, Eric B. Next up, if I can remember, guys, I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's Brandon B. So I'm starting to figure something out here. I should not like guys with B last names. Is it B? I'm almost positive it's B. But let's be fair. Brandon was a sweetheart. I don't know about his situation and what went on, but he was one of the sweetest guys I know. Like just a total teddy bear. Like I was so shocked actually when I started seeing some of his later Facebook pictures and was like, oh wow, okay, never mind, that's a side of him I never knew. So I really don't know what happened there, but I do want to say that at the time I knew him and interacted with him at school and stuff, he was just an absolute sweetheart. I can't say I crushed on him really hard, but I do remember liking him and I thought he was a great guy. These are guys that I thought were just like so, and I'm not saying that they're not, but that I thought were so stalwart and such good straight arrow, which is a funny name because they're not straight. Anyway, guys. And as far as I know, most, if not all of them, are not active in the church anymore or don't attend or maybe don't believe. I don't know. Okay, so that gets us to another B. Another B last name. Oh boy. Okay, that makes me think, like, who's next? And is his last name going to be a B as well? I'm sure there's others I'm leaving out. I just remember I remember like one time looking up, because you know, you get divorced and you start to think like, who else ended up here? Like who else got married but isn't anymore? So you start looking up friends and people that you went to school with. At least I do. Am I the only psycho divorce stalker? I just want to know like how many of my friends ended up divorced as well. We know the divorce rate's high. So anyway, what happened is I remember going on Facebook being like, oh, I remember so-and-so. And like, you know, I wonder how so-and-so is doing. And did they ever get married or whatever? Oh no, they all turned gay. Like seriously. Okay. So I don't know who is next. Let me think. Because like I said, I'm sure I'm going to leave some out. But I do another one. I don't know if I'll say it's the next one because this was when I was quite a bit older. This was like early 20s, I think. I was so in love with this kid named Bennett, and I won't give it a last initial for him, but it wasn't B. But Bennett was younger than I am, so I just have to say something about that. I have liked way older guys and way younger guys. Not a whole lot that are my age, not a whole lot. That's kind of uncommon for me, but like way older, like super younger. Yes, robbing the cradle kind of thing. I don't know what it is. I'm the oldest of a big family, so maybe if they're too close to my age, they feel like siblings. But if I go like way above or way below, I mean, way below you would think would feel more like a sibling. But anyway, we're just gonna like leave that one out. Anyway, I liked this kid, and he was a kid. Like we're talking like, he was like 18, and I was like 22, because that'd be 4 years, right? Ish. He might have been 19. So missionaries used to leave at 19 in my church, and then they lowered the age to 18 for men and 19 for women. So I think he might have been one of the first ones to go at 18, but I think he might have actually been 19. Anyway, point is, I was like BFFs with his mom, and we came up with this really funny, crazy idea that after his mission, I'd be like, hey, I'm here, like marry me, and like totally joking, but she was all for it. Like, anyway, we used to joke about this, and he came back totally uninterested in me, because obviously he also is gay. He's another one that for sure I know got married to his partner. So he is married, but gay, like married to a man. My point is, I have a common thread of guys that I liked. What is up with that? Like, do I just scare them away? Like, it's just, okay, I want to be careful how I say this, but it's a little hard sometimes to be like, am I that bad? Like, they could have had me. And I'm not trying to be like homophobic or anything. I'm just, it's just a weird situation where I really liked these guys, like really liked them. And then to find that out is just kind of like it's nothing about me. I know that it's nothing about me. It's not like, well, Mary, like I'm gonna go like guys instead of girls. Like it's nothing about that, but it's a weird phenomenon, especially when it hasn't happened once or twice or even 3 or 4 times. Like it's a lot more than that, like a lot. So yeah. Anyway, moving on from Bennett, I had another one. Shoot, I might only have 3 I can list for you guys, even though there's, no, 4. I think I already said 4. I think Bennett's number 4. But there's more. There's more. I just don't know if I can think of all the names right now. So my arm's like gonna fall off. It's like super dead. Let me think. I mean, there's a lot of people that I knew that like, you know, came out gay. It's not that it was only people that I liked, but, excuse me. But out of the ones that I really, really liked, here, that will be better. I can just rest my hand on the steering wheel. I should really get like a holder for my phone, like a tripod. That would be helpful. But in the meantime, we'll just do this. Because remember, I'm a new YouTuber and I don't know what I'm doing. And we're just going to keep learning as we go. So if you guys have recommendations for things, like please never hesitate to put them in the comments. Because I could use all the help I could get, honestly. Back to my weird saga of dating woes. Well, should I go there or not? We're gonna go there. I was gonna say add to the pile. Why not? Why not? We're just gonna throw this on there because it's kind of a big one. I finally got married. I waited till I was 26. I had a lot of time to like wait for the best, all that kind of stuff. And I got married at 26 to, let's just say, somebody who was not into me. I don't know why he proposed to me and married me and had 3 children with me if he was not into me, but I was not his type for whatever reason. And that is all over and done now. And we are divorced and have been for a very, very long time. We've been apart way longer than we were together. But it just doesn't bode well for me when I have all these guys that I was spooning over turn out to be gay, marry someone that's not into me. What is going on? Like, okay, so you guys are not my therapist, so you don't have to answer that question, but like, this is getting really weird, okay? It's getting really weird. And so it brings me to today. I'm 41. I'm a single mom, and I don't date. I'm scared to death of that stuff. I will stay as far away from it for as long as I can because, well, honestly, it hasn't worked well for me. I don't have the best track record. And when there's weird things going on, I think I'm safest where I'm at right now, which is very happily single. Super, super happy just with me and my kids, living life, finishing the basement that we're living in, figuring out what on earth I'm going to eat that's going to work for my health because, oh my gosh, that's another whole story. Driving Uber Eats, which I love, weird, strangely enough. I actually really enjoy bringing people their food. It makes my day. And it's flexible and like there's all the reasons why I do it, but I actually also enjoy it. Like I remember praying for a job that I could drive because I was needing a new job at one point. I've had a few since getting divorced, but I was needing a new job and I was really wanting something flexible. And I remember driving around. I don't know if I took my kids to school or what I did. I was just in the car and I was like, God, I would love to have a job where I just drive. Like, is there something I could do where I just get paid, where I just get paid to drive around? Like, is that possible? Can you do that? Boom, this dropped in my lap and I get paid to drive around and I love it. I can listen to all the podcasts and videos and music and anything I want, interviews. Like my phone is going constantly because I'm just listening to stuff. Sometimes I'm really bored and I turn on like a Hallmark movie and just listen to that while I drive around. Or I turn on like, what else have I done? Like so many things. Okay, sometimes I keep it quiet so I can just think because there's a lot of time to think while you're driving around and it's like, it's just great therapy. But anyway, I'm happily single and I will remain so indefinitely, possibly for the rest of my life because wow, some like unexpected emotions came up. I don't want to go through more trauma. And there has been so much of that. So I am protecting myself. I'll be fully transparent and honest. I am protecting myself 110%. I'm going to keep myself safe. So one, I'm dating for that or not dating. Wow. Freudian slip. No dating happening. Don't even ask me. Don't try to set me up. It is not happening. But what I meant to say was no dating is happening at the present because I'm protecting myself. That's the number one reason. But two, and this one's really big, you guys. This is so important. I have had so many relationships since my divorce. I've been engaged multiple times, sadly. Thankfully, I'm smart enough to be like, whoa, not happening. This is not a good situation, but why on earth do I get to engagement before I figure that out? I don't know. That's another one of my issues. And again, here I am bearing it all on YouTube. Why? Probably not the smartest thing. Some of you that might be therapists are probably like, I could tell you exactly what's going on, but you know what? I don't really need you to do that. So probably would be good for me to talk to somebody about some of these things. But for now, I'm just not concerned about it because I'm not trying to fix it, because I'm not trying to date, because I'm not trying to be with someone. I'm happy just being with my kids and I love them so much. They mean the world to me. They are just, as cheesy as it is, like my pride and joy, my fulfillment, like everything, all the good comes from getting to be their mother. Oh my gosh, like so emotional tonight. Do you want to hear something else? Okay. This is not what this was going to be, but I told you I waited till I was 26 to get married, right? And I could feel my biological clock ticking, if you will. Like I knew, I don't know how, but I believe in intuition. I knew that my time was running out. I knew it. It's one reason why I got married, even when, I will admit this, I was not completely sure. I was not sure, but I was like, you know what? It's the best I found. Let's do it. What I'm trying to say is that I could not have kids. I got pregnant and miscarried, and then I couldn't get pregnant again. I was freaking out. I had a sense that something wasn't completely right there. So I did go, we did go talk to a fertility specialist. He said, wow, you have a very strange situation. Your fertile age is like 10 years past your biological age. So I was like 28 at the time, but my fertile age was like 38, which is kind of weird. You don't usually like age that fast, but just like my hormone levels were really low, my egg count was really low, just like all the things, it was as if I were 10 years older. than I was. And so I was like, see, I knew it. Like if I was gonna have a family, I needed to like just get busy. So I am so blessed. I was able to get 3 kids here, and that was just a miracle. So my 3 babies came pretty quickly, and the marriage ended, and I was so happy that we somehow slipped under that radar and happened, because now I get to be a mom and I love it and I cherish it. But my point was, in addition to all this relationship trauma and drama, there's been some infertility and other things as well, which are super challenging. But because of that, being a mom is the most incredible, most wonderful, most important, most just rewarding, fulfilling thing that I have ever done. And I don't want anything or anyone to take away from that. So that is my second reason for not dating, because I have seen how much of a distraction it can be. I've seen how much it has pulled me away from my kids, even emotionally, just distancing, you know, because I'm so caught up in this new person. And like, what if we get married and it just fixes everything in my life? Because I always had that belief that like getting married again will just fix it all. It just fixes everything. It doesn't. You fix everything, whatever situation you're in. If you're married, you fix it together. If you're single, you work on it single. Like, anyway, marriage is not a band-aid or a solution or a cure, or like doesn't solve it. So anyway, but I had that belief. And so I was like, oh, if I could just like get it to work with this person, or like find somebody different, like it didn't work with that person, so now I'll just find the right one, and then it will work, and like I'll have a new husband and everything will be like wonderful. And not that I don't think marriage would be wonderful. I'm sure if I were married to the right person, it would be amazing. I really do believe in marriage, but I don't believe in it right now. I don't believe in it for me. So things would have to be really different for that to happen. Why am I telling you this? Because all guys turn out to be gay. That's why. Just kidding. I know they don't, but all the guys I like seem to turn gay. And whether that has anything to do with me or not, I'm sure it has nothing to do with me, but it kind of feels like it sometimes. So I just should probably stay away from them. So I do. And yeah, anyway, that is where we're at. And that is like just an update on my, why on earth did I even have the inclination to tell you all of that? That is the update on my love life, or a lack of. There is a current ban on anything romantic, starting with anyone. So dates and dating apps, any kind of communication with the opposite sex outside of just friends, or like very minimal, tiniest bit of interaction at all is just not happening. So that is that. I am sure there are so many more things I was going to say, or more people I was going to list, because it really was a funny thing thinking about driving around being like, oh my gosh, then there was this guy and that one, and like, wasn't so-and-so? Yes, he was. Oh my goodness. You know, like it was quite a list. So there's probably, and especially if I went back like through my friend lists and stuff, I'd probably be like, oh, there were so many people I missed. But that is that. Men are wonderful. Gay men, you're still wonderful. I'm just sad that you chose to be with that. I just shouldn't say anything about that, but it's not actually true. I'm not sad. I wouldn't want to be with you if you didn't want to be with me, to be honest. So forget that I even said that. Yeah, forget that I said that. I'll probably cut that part out. But yeah, basically that's where we are. That's where I'm going to leave it. And I hope that y'all have a good night. Talk to you later. Hold on. Outside of friends, that was Uber wanting me to go back on the road.